Fullstack Studio. Today we have Dr. Indrajit with us to discuss something about the cloud computing, the impact of cloud computing on Fullstack. So, what we can say, he has a great knowledge about cloud computing since long. He is teaching cloud computing, I should say. So, definitely we are going to get something great from Dr. Indrajit.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Lokesh, for giving this platform. And basically, I would like to thank you for starting such kind of the short demo or like videos through which we can interact to our students as well. We can also share our thoughts about the technology, whatever experience that we gain throughout our career journey in terms of like PhD research, masters as well as BTech. And it was a very large journey or very huge journey. So based on that experience, here I would like to say something about the cloud computing paradigms as well as its infrastructure, so that the full stack developer, they already know what is cloud computing, but the compatibility and the alignment of cloud computing capability with full stack skills, for example backend and front end. So here I'll just say one thing to you. Can you tell me 2 3 platforms for the front end as well as the back end?
Yes, there are many front-end, back-end platforms, Dr. Indrajit. Actually, nowadays, what we are doing in full stack, you see, in the previous journey of computer science, there are multiple things to design a software, to design a beautiful mobile application. But nowadays, a single person can do it. So that's the power of full stack. A single person, a single developer, he is the developer, he is the designer, he is the one who's taking care about the backend. So there are multiple applications available for this particular thing. Yes,
Okay,
for the same thing, you were discussing about the paradigms of the cloud computing. They all can be implemented. We just wanted to know from you that how we can implement the cloud computing from the scratch for a new full stack developer.
correct.
This is the
Absolutely correct. So here my reply and the answer to the full stack developer, and even for the newcomers, those who are just started their journey in full stack. So I'll just start from the back end as well as the front end. So we are aware very well, without backend connection, no existing of the full stack. Why? Front end cannot do everything alone. So similarly, where front end and back end can be deployed.
Yes, means
So
at the same time you can keep the things at the cloud.
cloud.
That's the perfect combination.
Great,
Means,
great,
in the
great.
last few talks, I was trying to get the perfect connection between the software engineering and between the artificial intelligence to the full stack. But I guess cloud computing has a great connection as we talk about the
Yeah.
back end,
Because
the database.
perfect. So additionally, I would like to add my comment that cloud infrastructure is a vast infrastructure. So it depends on the need of the user. So let us talk basically of the computer system. So we are having four mainly: memory, CPU, network, and storage. So these all are the basic resources, or we can say core resources.
Mhm.
So if we talk about any specialization, it may be the gaming, it may be the AR/VR, it may be the AI, it may be the data science or other discipline, even any businesses. So we require definitely computing power, storage capacity, and high speed bandwidth, depending on the network and depending on the application sensitivity.
Yes,
So
yes.
suppose a full stack developer is going to develop a application for the healthcare. So the devices those will be connected through that app needs to be sense the data as well as transmit to the data. So here the new concept will come into the existence, that is the edge computing.
Yes.
So
yes.
because we know cloud are nothing, just kind of a server or the processing element or kind of storage that you are using
Yes.
from remote base or remote location. But the thing is that if the application is very high sensitive in terms of time, so let us take an example of that health monitor application. So if the data will be processed in a very faster way, that means that life of that particular patient can be saved.
Mm.
So similarly, if the front end developer and back end developer will be having the good knowledge or like experience over the cloud resources. For example, I have a website, but I want to deploy that website over the cloud server that is easy to instance in terms of the AWS. So that easy to instance will be the computing element or processing element for my website. But we don't know how much time our website will be like in running mode. So right now, without purchasing or beyond purchasing any hardware or like server, people and businesses are moving to the cloud.
To the
So
cloud,
that is
correct.
called known as the cloud migration.
Yes, definitely. Really, I'm getting excited to know how cloud computing can play a great role in full stack because
Yeah,
because I guess from your talks I come to know all these things that we can replace the server, the cloud every time. Means that we can, if I'm not wrong, we can have this cloud as a complete server for the backend,
yeah,
the full stack developer.
great, great. So I'll again take one example of one of the service known as the cloud formation of AWS.
Okay.
So what is cloud formation and what is the concept behind the cloud formation? So let us take an example of any building or any big hotel or tower. So basically, once the particular parties are decided for that tower or like for that building, initially they prepared architecture. So civil engineer will be preparing the architecture or will be creating. So similarly, as per the business need, solution architect, that is the cloud solution architect, will be telling the structure or like the architecture where the server will be located, where the storage will be located, on which particular location it will be the time optimized or like cost optimized. So similarly, as Dr. Lokesh asked, how cloud computing server or resources can be used by the full stack developer from backend side as well as the front end side. So for that, I'll say one concept known as the infrastructure as a code.
Infrastructure as a code.
As a code. So for example, if you are having the code of that infrastructure, so you can just run that code and immediately, like within a 10 minutes or 20 minutes, you will be able to create complete cloud-based infrastructure. On that infrastructure, you just copy your project file or deploy your particular website, and that website can be accessed by someone. So for that, everything we need to configure, like server, its ID, whatever storage devices or like cloud storage you are taking, what are the network IP address that you are taking from cloud, your private network address, that is the VPC, apart from that domain service, and apart from that Route 53. Route 53 basically for AWS, but domain name service is very important. So right now, within a minute, we can configure all these services.
Okay.
Apart from that, some of these stacks are also available on the Terraform website.
Okay.
So Terraform is a company which is driven by the HashiCorp.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so Terraform provide 100 plus cloud service providers code, that is infrastructure as a code, where front end and back end will be created on a single click of mouse.
Yes,
So that is the beauty of cloud computing.
Yes, that is the power. That's why really I come to the great things from you, Dr. Indrajit. Really, I really appreciate the things, the knowledge of cloud computing you are having with you, with the match we can have with the full stack. Definitely, we are going to do amazing with this. The students who are watching the video right now, they are going to map this complete setup on the cloud computing. And I guess, as I feel, cloud computing will be very cheap. Not be very costly.
Exactly, 100% agreed. But you will see in coming time that cloud will be the very essential such kind of the other utility like gas, water, electricity, and internet.
Yes.
So right now nobody want to travel, and COVID is the particular time, or like this pandemic, people realized, and even the cloud market gained enormous growth.
Yes.
Because everything was in online mode. MS meeting, like Google meeting, Zoom meeting. So all these companies, they have made means more money, and that market or that sector grown very up.
Yes, it's really fantastic to know about all these. So we will come back to Dr. Indrajit very shortly. just to get a complete knowledge about the setup of the cloud computing. We will then go
Yeah,
to
definitely
daily
we
work
can
routines
start
there.
some kind of the demo sessions online,
Sure.
because
Thank
we
you.
we are in Bennett University. Around 5 or 6 faculty members, those are the AWS certified educator,
Yes.
and we are having access of all three big cloud companies known as AWS,
Mm.
Google Cloud, as well as the Microsoft.
Mm.
So all the three parallel programs are running in a complementary courses,
Mm.
so that students will be able to gain the knowledge of the cloud
Cloud
computing.
computing.
So thank you very much, Dr. Lokesh, for inviting me on this talk. And I believe in a coming
Yes,
time we will be enjoying.
pleasure, Dr. Inderjeet, to come here. Thank you to the audience to join us. Please follow us on the social media. You will get all the updates for cloud computing and many other technologies. The experts are already there to give you all talks about this. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.